What's up, everyone? Mark Lobliner here, tigerfitness.com. Beautiful day. Before we get started, I want to tell you something extra special at tigerfitness.com today. We have our Halloween sale, this shirt right here. So check it out. You get 15% off our top brands, okay? Oh, you get this epic shirt, the Kill It shirt, for orders over $75 and double rewards points. The reason we're running our Halloween sale on Friday the 13th is because that way you have this shirt to wear on Halloween. See, we were thinking ahead. But speaking of thinking ahead, I see a lot of videos and I see a lot of people talking about, steroids, making them feel amazing, making them feel superhuman. And for some people, that might be what happens. But I want to just be forthright and honest with all y'all here that for many people, myself included, steroids made me feel terrible. Being on copious amounts of steroids. And I want to make a differentiation between medically prescribed replacement TRT, right, which gets you basically to normal or high normal, and, essentially a ton of steroids being a super physiological amount of steroids. So I want to go over what I felt when I did them, how I did them, what I'm on now. I want to tell you everything, and I want to get it done quick because I'm going to a University of Michigan game this weekend, and my son and I have to leave. So I want to just give you a rundown. So how does it feel to be on steroids? So for me, it's not what you read online. It's not this like superhuman, invincible power where you feel amazing and you're just throwing things, you have energy and you have this attitude and your sex drive. Well, my sex drive has always been okay, but like it didn't make me any bit hornier than I normally am, right? So you can't point to that. I wasn't more aggressive. I will say that for some steroids, and I could get in this a little bit later, it did change my personality a little bit. I had to really focus on mitigating some things. Like Trenbolone, for example, made me feel kind of agitated. It made okay, for example, my wife chews her nails. It fucking drives me crazy. Like normally I'm like, bro, just stop. It was like it was amplifying the annoyance on it. It was pissing me the hell off, right? And I'm not normally a guy who gets pissed off at many things. I just don't. I might look pissed off because I'm a fired up, passionate guy. I'm never really pissed off. Why would I be pissed off? Like where I came from, where I'm at now, it would take a lot to piss me off. And trust me, chewing your nails, it's just going to annoy me. But it was like, man, I'm like, dude. And then like people would say something like business meetings. I'm like, man, what a punchable face that guy has. I never acted on it, but I will say that, yeah, it did change my personality a little bit. And halo testing is divorce in a bottle, right? Don't recommend that at all. So for me, what did I feel? I felt tired. When I was on this 2013, right? In 2013, I took Trenbolone, Masteron. I took testosterone at the end before my show. I took halo testing. So I felt terrible. I felt bad. I felt toxic. Does that make sense? Have you ever not been able to shit for like 3 days? And you fucking just feel clammy. You feel off. You feel wrong. I felt like that the entire 8-week cycle. I felt like I felt like I was dying. Like it was like I was tired. I was lethargic. But here's the thing. I was, I think, 5 days out from the show, and I was at the gym I trained at the time was The Rush in Burlington, North Carolina. I think it's been bought by Gold's again. I don't know who has it now. But I was training with, I believe, Tyson, Van, and my wife was there at the time. And I normally get 405 on bench press for like 2 or 3 reps, right? Bro, and that was off season. I didn't even try. Dude, I was putting weight on, put on 225, put on 275. Put on 315, put on 365. Bro, I did 405 for 8 reps. It's somewhere on YouTube too. It's on YouTube. Like it happened. It happened. And so I was like, and I wasn't claiming natty at the time. So don't come at me with that. I just didn't talk about it. Right now, I'm fully honest with TRT and everything. So while I felt like shit outside of the gym, and I had to really fake the funk. I remember being outside. I was coaching my kids' like sports teams, and it was like my lower back was sore. I was just really tired. It wasn't what these people make it out to be. And if you ever see a professional bodybuilder out in the wild or on video, you'll see it. they look miserable. They don't look happy. Like some of them do. Like some of them look normal. Like Derek looks pretty normal. You know, they don't look, but you see Rami walking around lumbering. Dude, that guy does not look like he has a good quality of life, does he? He just doesn't. So I felt terrible. And aside from that time pre-contest, I felt weaker. I felt like I didn't have as much strength. Does that make sense? Because my joints were hurting. My joints were not feeling as good. I just didn't feel right. And again, maybe I did it wrong. Maybe I didn't take things to make my estrogen higher. Maybe the Masteron dropped it down. I don't know. But dude, or maybe it was the body fat in general. But like when I got ready for the New York Pro, dude, you saw me training with Sheamus. Bro, I was crushing it. I felt great. Like I felt amazing. Even like my wife's like, wow, I'm coaching classes. I'm doing this. I was like, wow, you're normal. I'm like, I felt great. And for that prep, I was on just HRT, and I'll go into that in a minute, right? Another thing is I didn't really at the time measure my blood pressure, but I could tell that it wasn't where it needed to be, right? And I only compete, dude, when I got my NABA Pro card in 2013, I weighed 199 pounds for weigh-in before that show, 199 pounds. I wasn't big. Like I was bigger when I competed in my 40s and much, much healthier. Like I even posted my blood work. You know, it is what it is. So that's what I felt. And I think it's even when you're not on steroids, I think being overweight, whether it's mostly muscle or not, is bad. Like when I remember you guys noticed that I was bulking. I was like, yeah, I'm going to get bigger so I could compete with these 212 guys and not look small. When I got over 230 pounds, bro, I measure everything on my Whoop strap, right? I wear 2 watches. I'm like Kevin Gates, but with watches. And, dude, like my resting heart rate is normally between 45 and 48. It was in the 60s when I was at 230. That's without extra steroids. That's just with whatever. So just want to put in perspective, like being bigger, like bigger is relative, but being bigger is generally not as good for you. Okay. It just isn't. And I've measured everything. And I imagine that my readings would be similar to yours. And also being on a lot of steroids, it's bad for you. It's just bad for you. Anybody who says otherwise, now I'm not saying, now that's like, you know, you can, I think it's hypernatremia where you die from drinking too much water. We all know that hydration, whether it's from coffee or from water, is necessary, right? You need to stay hydrated or you literally die. However, too much of anything is terrible. So if you're deficient in testosterone, I could show you, I've posted videos on the studies showing that it can improve your longevity being on TRT if you need TRT, right? But there's absolutely no, but I can also show you studies that if you don't drink enough, you die. Like if you dehydrate, you die. Okay, that doesn't mean drink 20 gallons of water in an hour. TRT doesn't mean instead of 150 milligrams, take 1,500 milligrams. Huge difference. About like my buddy Joey Antonio, the president of ISSN, always said, dose and duration. That's what you need to look at. It can be a high dose, low duration, long duration, low dose. You can't have both or else shit's going to go bad. Okay. So I'm going to just surmise this. Here's what I'm doing now. I've never felt better in my life. Okay. Now, I will preface this. If your natural testosterone levels are over 700, I do not feel you should even consider TRT or HRT. I just don't. However, for me, my levels tanked in my late 20s because, well, I overworked. I just overworked my body, overworked my system, not on, it's because you did all the steroids. No, man, I was natty as fuck back then. What happened is my levels tanked. And I had to make a decision if I want to be on TRT and have a better quality of life. Here I am. So what I'm on now, okay? I will say that if your testosterone levels are normal, and I'd say between 700. I like 700. 700, that's what I've found when I talk to people. And I'm pulling that number out of my ass based on my experience. I have no data to back that up. But from people I've talked to over the years, from coaching tens of thousands of people, myself and my staff on multiple training organizations I've trained with, that's where it's around. around 700. 600, 500, I'm sure people feel fine, but 700 is where I feel people start crushing it. Up to around 1200, 1500. If your natural test is over 1500, you're feeling great. But if you have to inject to get over that, you're probably not going to be feeling your best. I found I feel my best, my test levels between 900 and 1200. That's where we keep it. That's what 150 milligrams a week does to me. So whether you're TRT or natural, you can feel your best. You can feel your best. But I will say, going super physiological, for me at least, again, I'm not gonna be one of, well, try it. No, don't try it. Do not megadose steroids. Don't do it. Don't do it. We see what happens to these influencers, these fake natties whose hearts fail because they overdose steroids, right? I mean, we see this firsthand. We know what happens. We have more gosh darn case studies than we can even shake a finger at, man. We got so many case studies that taking a lot of steroids is bad for you. Screw the studies, screw the science. Just open your freaking eyes, right? Here's what I'm on. Again, I'm going to link them. I always link them down below because they're awesome. If you can't link them, it's Hormone Health and Wellness West Palm Beach on Instagram. Or you could DM me on Instagram if for some reason I don't link it because I'm leaving the house after this. Hormone Health and Wellness, okay? Here's what, and this is through, we've been working together since 2018, I think. 2017, 2018. And it was trial and error. But with a good doctor, they will work with you and frequently monitor you and make sure that you have what you need. So right now, here's what I'm on. I inject twice a week with insulin pins. I haven't used a real pin in forever. 150 milligrams testosterone per week. Mark, you're too big for that. Okay, whatever. I'm lying. Okay, cool. 2, I use HGH 5 days a week. That's the prescription stuff. I'm not quite at Liver King levels, but I'm also, I didn't shoot my eye out. I'm on 90 milligrams of Armour Thyroid to keep it humming. As you know, with HGH, I think that is something that you want to take with it. I don't take metformin anymore. Instead, what I do is I alternate. I actually take both, believe it or not. So I will take Ambrosia Alchemy MCT. And I'm not selling you, don't buy it if you don't want to. I don't care. I'm just telling you exactly what I take. I take 2 caps of Alchemy NCT in the morning and at night. Okay. And then during the day for my higher carb meals, I'll take 1 to 2 nutrient drivers. I just feel better. I feel I look better. Someone earlier said this. Bisunu. Well, what happened? Oh, there it is. There it is. I froze my computer. Damn, bro didn't age at all. I've aged. My wife will confirm that I've aged. But considering I started this bitch when I was 31, and I'm still here, and I think I'm still banging, and I think I look pretty damn good for my age, for a 43-year-old. At least my body does. My face, I don't get Botox or anything. I think that I think I'm aging pretty well, and I'm taking better care of my health. I monitor all my shit. And again, like, what good is it to be big if you die? Like these guys, like, here's the thing, like, I'd hate to say this, guys, but like, if you overdose steroids, if you take too many steroids, don't take care of yourself, eat improperly, and you're overweight, and you have a widowmaker heart attack, your life expectancy is like 5 years, if that. It's just not good. So like, if you have a heart attack, you can live to 90. Yeah, it's improbable. It's improbable. So like, this is not, you can't fix it once it's done. Your heart's not a fucking starfish. It's not going to just grow a new fucking star. Like, you're going to fucking die. Like, it's going to decrease your life expectancy. Then you're leaving behind your family. You're leaving behind your friends. You're leaving behind everything. So I implore you guys not to do that. Again, like, don't do it. Well, Mark, you did steroids. You're a hypocrite. No. I fully regret that. Like, I 100% regret it. I just wish I listened. We didn't have YouTube back then. But unfortunately, YouTube now, you got these influencers who are on a ton of drugs, and they say they're on a ton of drugs, and everybody thinks they're going to get those results. Those are genetically advanced individuals who just look really, really good. And steroids just make them look really, really, really much better than you're going to look, than I'm going to look. These are just fucking freaks. And you throw some gas on the fire, and shit's going to explode, right? It's going to work really well for them. But TRT is not a steroid cycle. It is steroids. You're taking steroids. But at the end of the day, it's not the same deleterious effects when you're using it to normalize, not super physiologicalize right? Your shit. Anyway, guys, that's all I got to say. Let me get to questions real quick. I have 5. I'm going to give 3 minutes to do this real quick. If you haven't already, tigerfitness.com Halloween sale. Go now. It ends tonight. Okay. 15% off top brands. You have this shirt with order 75 plus and double rewards points. And if you've seen our rewards sub program, it's awesome. Build muscle in a deficit. It's possible. Improbable is like it's improbable. So if you're in a deficit, do it to lose fat. Try to maintain muscle, gain a little. But if you're trying to build muscle, man, you got to get lean. Then you got to do that lean bulk, bro. Damn, bro didn't age at all. I'm going to read that every time I go through this. Mark, have you seen the fat influencer demanding airlines be more fat, except making the seats wider, blah, blah, tickets will go up? Fat people just need to unfat themselves. Look, man, if you're born black, you're black. Nothing you can do about it. You shouldn't be discriminated against, right? Like, you can't change it. If you're born white, why would you discriminate against a white person? If you're born a certain way, like, yeah, fat is a choice. 99.9% of the time. If you have PCOS, yeah, okay, it's going to be harder for you, but you're going to just be pudgy. You're not going to be 400 to 600 pounds. So it is what it is, man. We should not accept fat. We should try and help these people. We should try and help them. I'm not talking about someone who's 30 pounds overweight, 40 pounds overweight, even 50 pounds overweight. I'm talking about people who are like 800 pounds, right? Salute, Mark. Thank you, DJ World. Just placed my TF40. Yeah, thank you for deals and free gifts. Been Sean Miguel for 8 years. Thank you, Dom. We appreciate it. Our entire staff thanks you. What's your opinion on injections versus creams versus implants? I don't like implants. They ick me out. I don't like creams because they're not as effective. Always go with injections. Injections. I don't use steroids. I'm natural. That's fantastic. I encourage that. Hey, Mark, how you been? Couldn't have been better. Thank you too. TRT changed my life. I feel so much better. If you need TRT, it is an absolute life saver, not changer, saver. Do you recommend only eating one meal for fasting diet? I don't recommend fasting at all. If you've seen people online like High Intensity Health, all the fasting people have gone no fasting now because all the data keeps coming out saying that it's pointless, useless, and out and out stupid. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm off to see University of Michigan play Indiana. If you're in Michigan, if you see me in the stadium, please say hi. Please shake my hand. Please take a picture. And I'll give you the biggest hug. I'm going to end this video with an ad for the Halloween sale. Please, guys, please, I implore you, support family business, support American business. Even if you don't buy MTS Nutrition, you don't buy my brands, we carry hundreds of brands from Core Nutritional, Blackstone Labs. I implore you, please support local business. Please support family. Why do I say we're local business? Because we're American. And America is one country, and we are a family-owned business. And we're here to help you. We're here to serve you. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. That's not a game. Enjoy the dude. Watch this ad. It is some dope effects we did.